Hello everyone. In the last video, we have seen the Laplace transform of derivatives of function. In this video, we are going to learn how Laplace transform of integrals are evaluated. Okay. So let us see one theorem which will give us the Laplace transform of integral. So I have already written the statement which says that if Laplace transform of function f of t exists, and if f of t is piecewise continuous on every finite interval in the range t greater or equals to 0 and is of exponential order. I have already given you the definition of exponential order, which functions are said to be which functions are said to be of exponential order. Okay, whenever there are constants m greater than 0 alpha such that modulus of f of t is less or equals to m into e to the power alpha t. For s greater than alpha and for all t greater than 0, then the Laplace transform of this integral, that is 0 to t f of u du, equals to fs, that is I am writing here, or Laplace transform of f of t upon s. Okay, so we have to prove this. So let us start from given that Laplace transform of function f of t exists. So proof: let Laplace transform of f of t exist, and it is f of s, and it is also given that f of t is piecewise continuous in every finite interval in the range t greater or equals to 0. Then as function f of t is piecewise continuous, then its integral exists. Then f of t is integrable. The proof of this you will see in the paper number 1, where we will study the Riemann integration. Okay, till then you just remember this: if f of t is continuous, then it is integrable. Okay, so if f of t is integrable, then there must exist integral value of f of t. So let that value be denoted by g of t. Let gt be the integration of f of t. Okay, given number 1, if gt is the integration of f of t, this implies that derivative of g will be obviously f of t, and at t is equals to 0, at t is equals to 0, here what you will get after putting t is equals to 0, integration from 0 to 0 is 0. So g at t is equals to 0 is 0. Give this as number 2. Next, now as g dash t is equals to f of t, and f of t is piecewise continuous function, and also of exponential order, we have g dash t is piecewise continuous and is of exponential order. Let us see how it becomes of exponential order. So therefore g dash t is piecewise continuous function except at discontinuities of f of t, except at discontinuities of f of t. Okay, wherever f of t is discontinuous, g dash t is not continuous. Okay, and g dash t is g dash t is of exponential order. Okay, also now what about gt? As we have g dash t, gt must be continuous function. Okay. Also gt is continuous and it is of exponential order because take modulus of gt. Why it is of exponential order? Because modulus of gt is equals to modulus of what is the value of gt? It is 0 to t f of u du, which is less or equals to modulus of integration is less or equals to integration of modulus f of u du, but modulus of f of u is less or equals to m e to the power alpha t, or if we have u in place of t, alpha u du. Okay, as f of t is a function of exponential order, we can write given here. So which equals to m is constant, take that out of integration sign. Next, integration of e to the power alpha u with respect to u between the limits 0 to t will be e to the power alpha u upon alpha 0 to t, which equals to m e to the power alpha t minus e to the power 0, that is 1 upon alpha, or that can be written as less or equals to m by alpha e to the power alpha t. Why? Because alpha e to the power alpha t minus 1 is always less than e to the power alpha t. Okay, so this is your modulus of gt is less or equals to m by alpha e to the power alpha t. So function gt is of exponential order. Now if you remember uh, the theorem, this will be clear to you that the Laplace transform of g dash t will exist. How? Because gt satisfies all the conditions of that theorem. Okay, so thus we can write down here, therefore Laplace transform of g dash t exist. You can give reason here by theorem. Okay, so now Laplace transform of g dash t will be equals to s into Laplace transform of gt minus g at t is equals to 0. Okay, but Laplace transform g dash t will be equals to Laplace transform of f of t, because g dash t is equals to f of t, which equals to s into Laplace transform of gt is here, integration 0 to t f of u du. Okay, minus g0 is 0. We have already evaluated here in equation number 2 this. Okay, or better if you give reason here, we are writing all these by equation number 1 and 2. Okay, so the next step, as Laplace transform of f of t exists, it is given, it is equals to f of s, this is s into Laplace transform of integration 0 to t f of u du, or Laplace transform of integration 0 to t f of u du equals to f of s by s, or Laplace transform of f of t upon s. Okay, so this was the proof. Let us look at the statement again so that you will remember. So whenever Laplace transform of f of t exists, and if it is piecewise continuous on every finite interval in the range t greater or equals to 0, also if it is of exponential order, then Laplace transform of integration of function f of t exists, and it is equals to f of s upon s. Okay, so now we will see some examples. Remember, Laplace transform of integration 0 to t f of u du is equals to f of s by s, or Laplace transform of f of t upon s. Okay, so let us see examples on it. Example, show that Laplace transform of double integration 0 to t f of u du square is equals to f of s by s square. This is so simple. We can treat this as integration by integration. See, we have Laplace transform of integration 0 to t f of u du equals to f of s by s. Okay, now Laplace transform of integration 0 to t f of u du, we will write this as Laplace transform of integration 0 to t, and we will consider this part. So du square is here. So we will consider this part, integration 0 to t f of u, as our f of t first. Okay, so integration 0 to t f of u du. Okay, so that equals to, by using this, it will be f of s. And what is f of s? It is a Laplace transform of this function f of t. Okay, and here we are considering f of t as this integration. So this is Laplace transform of integration 0 to t f of u du upon s. Okay, now Laplace transform of integration 0 to t f of u du will be, now it is Laplace transform of f of t upon s, and this s in the denominator is already here, so this will be s into s square. Okay, so Laplace transform of this double integration is f of s upon s square. Similarly, if you have triple integration, its Laplace transform will be f of s upon s cube, and so on. So you can write that generalization here. Similarly, Laplace transform of triple integration 0 to t f of u du cube will be f of s upon s cube. Its generalization will be generalizing this Laplace transform of n integrals all from 0 to t f of u du n equals to f of s upon s to the power n. Okay, next example. Find the Laplace transform of the following integrals. Number 1, integration 0 to t e to the power minus t cos t dt. Number 2, integration 0 to t e to the power u cube du. Number 3, integration 0 to t t square dt. And number 4, cos hyperbolic t integration 0 to t e to the power t cos hyperbolic t dt. So let us start from number 1, solution. Or let us write the Laplace transform of integration first. We have Laplace transform of integration equals to f of s by s, or Laplace transform of f of t upon s. Now number 1, we have to find Laplace transform of integration 0 to t e to the power minus t cos t dt. Okay, t. So using this transformation, we will get Laplace transform of f of t. F of t means the function under this integral sign, and what we have under this integral sign, e to the power minus t cos t. Okay, so here will be Laplace transform of e to the power minus t cos t upon, see this formula, s. Okay, now you very well know that what is the Laplace transform and how the Laplace transform of this function. is evaluated. So this is Laplace transform of cos t, where s will later be replaced by s plus 1 upon this s. Okay, what is the Laplace transform of cos t? It is s upon s square plus 1. Here s will be replaced by s plus 1, and we have s already in the denominator. So replace s by s plus 1, we will get s plus 1 upon s, this s into s plus 1 whole square plus 1. If you want, you can open that bracket in the denominator. Is equals to s plus 1 upon s into s square plus twice s plus 2. Okay, so this is the required Laplace transformation of integration 0 to t e to the power minus t cos t dt. What is the next example? E to the power u cube. Number 2, Laplace transform of integration 0 to t e to the power u cube du. So once again, using that formula, we will have in the numerator Laplace transform of f of t, that is e to the power u cube upon s. What is the Laplace transform of this? Let me write 1 upon s first. This will be Laplace transform of u cube, and s will be replaced by s minus 1. Next, 1 by s, Laplace transform of u cube is 3 factorial upon s to the power 3 plus 1, that is 4. S will be replaced by s minus 1, which equals to 1 by s into 3 factorial is 6 upon s minus 1 power 4. Okay, so this is a required Laplace transformation of integration of e to the power u cube. What is the next example? This integration 0 to t square. This is very easy, you do it. Okay, you can have you can write this as your assignment. And what about this problem? Cos hyperbolic t integration 0 to t e to the power t cos hyperbolic t dt. Here I am leaving this on you, but I can give you an hint. Use the formula for cos hyperbolic t, which is e to the power t plus e to the power minus t upon 2. Okay, and treat this part as your f of t. Okay, so this will be e to the power t f of t plus e to the power minus t f of t upon 2. Okay, you find Laplace transform of f of t and solve. Okay, if any problem persists, you please ask. In the next video, we will see Laplace transform of functions multiplied by t power n. Okay, catch you in the next video.